channel. So today I'm going to be talking about this time I worked for this convention slash party slash event. For the sake of this video, I'm going to refer to this event as Scamcon because that's pretty much what it is. I will be adding a lot of receipts to this video, and that's why I have my laptop here with me. So last year I was just scrolling through Facebook and I saw this advertisement for this party that was called something along the lines of the parent of all doofs. And if you're from Australia and you don't know what a doof is, are you living under a rock? Doofs are just parties in the bush where people have like food stalls, clothing stalls, like jewelry making, handmade, fortune telling, tarot card, like all these different stalls out in the bush, and people dance and listen to like psytrance music. They set up their tents into like a little convention over there. The reason why I refer to as like a convention was because there was going to be vendors at this event. So I click onto the ad because I was like, yeah, like I'm down for a party. I like going to doofs and this sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I also looked at the set list and I was like, wow, there's so many DJs that are coming. I've heard some people call this event Scamcore or Scamcon or Spamcore or Spamcon. So there's a lot of different names that people have been referring to this event or scam, and so I just switch in between those names. In this ad it said, did you want to work for this convention? I wouldn't mind working for a party, like that sounds like a lot of fun. So I decided to sign up. I put my number onto the website that was linked to the advertisement. I swear it was like 3 months later, so many months later, I got a message and it said, please message, let's say Naomi on Facebook if you want to work with Spamcore. I don't know why, but I'm like not interested in doing it. So I told Darren, I was like, hey, add this person Naomi on Facebook, because at the time Darren was looking for a job, just like a little casual job. So he messages Naomi on Facebook saying that he's interested in working with them, and she says to him that it's $20 an hour just to hand out flyers. So on the weekends they will tell you which events you can go to, and they will give you flyers, and you will just tell them how many hours you work and they'll give you $20 an hour. So Darren was like, this is great, like he gets to go to events, hand out flyers, and get paid $20 an hour while having a good time at the same time. When he heard about that deal, he told me about it and I was like, what the hell, that sounds awesome. So I ended up messaging Naomi as well too. She added us to this group page that was something like Scamcon team. I don't know. All we had to do was post one social media advertisement a week and we would get a free ticket to the event. And if we wanted to make extra money, we could work by giving out flyers and make $20 an hour. So this was a pretty good deal. It was almost too good to be true. And so Darren and I would book every weekend to work, and we would go out to whatever event, and a lot of the times the events that were opened for us to work at and hand out flyers were events we wanted to go to. So we got paid to go out to have a good time, to socialize with people and try to sell tickets, aka like advertise, because we could also sell tickets, but it was more so getting paid to advertise. If you sold a ticket, then you as a seller would make like $10. So I was like, I'm not really fussed to sell tickets, I just want to promote. So I think I remember we promoted like 3 or 4 times and we were getting paid instantly. What the hell, like this is good money. We were putting black rice in our burritos. We were getting burritos instead of chiquitos. Like life was good when we were getting paid. We did get paid for the first like 4 weekends of working, but after that, on those weekends we started working and we weren't getting our payment in time. We were getting our payment like 2 to 3 weeks late, and we were getting half the amount of money that we were supposed to get. If we were expecting like $80, we would be getting paid $40. And Darren and I wanted to like ask them what was going on and remind them that we were working this many hours, but we were given such a good deal that we felt almost like ungrateful to like complain, because we got to go out and have fun and get paid for it. Working and doing the promotion was actually a lot of fucking fun, especially because I got to work with my boyfriend. So I wanted to film this video yesterday, but I'm kind of glad that I'm filming it today because I woke up this morning and I watched the video that Tana Mojo made about TanaCon. TanaCon is a convention that a YouTuber made out of spite because she was treated badly at VidCon. And guys, don't get me wrong, I low-key love Tana, so this is like no shade to her or anything. When I was watching her hour-long video that she posted about TanaCon, which was weeks after the actual event, she mentioned about how how Michael, the guy who owns like Good Times, he was really like fluffing himself up, taking her to like expensive dinners, having big sweet parties, having photographers around her, paparazzis, like really making it seem like he could afford everything. That's what I realized with the guy who owns Scamcon. Let's talk about how we kind of met him. At this point, I think we're 3 weeks late on getting paid or whatever, and we're invited to go out to lunch with the owner or the CEO or the creator of Scamcon. Let's just call this guy Spiral, and I'm calling him Spiral because he is fucking cuckoo, okay? This encounter was very, very interesting. So the reason why we had this lunch is because we wanted to check out the setup of where the event was going to be hosted. Naomi, who was our like coordinator and who was like paying us and everything, she was telling me that she wanted my store, Universal Hobo Bag, to be one of the vendors at this scam convention. I remember telling her that like almost instantly that I wouldn't be able to make it. I wouldn't be able to have like a stall just because I simply had such short notice and I knew I wouldn't be able to make enough tie-dye shirts or tie-dye pants in time. Spiral, who introduces himself to everyone, first of all, he's like on some type of drug, very reminiscent of like cocaine. But I'm not gonna judge someone thinking that like they're just on drugs just because they're very in your face, I guess maybe even hyper a little. When we all get ready to buy food, he's so grandiose, being like, I'll pay, I've got the food, what do you want, love? I'll get that for you. Do you want a beer? Yeah, hun, I'll get that for you. You want this? Yeah, I'll get that for you. Like, I remember when I ordered water, he's like, you sure you don't want to drink? Money's not a problem or whatever. And I was like, no, I'll just have water. Like, I'm good, thanks. I thought it was kind of surprising that he was like buying us all food when Darren and I were already like 3 weeks late on getting paid. We go to the venue, which is this nice venue. It was huge. It looked, you know, like there could be a convention at this venue. Naomi was like, oh, it would be so awesome if you had your stall here. It's always been my dream to have like a stall, like a physical store of the stuff I make put all together as like a collection. Next year, I knew I was going to be able to have an opportunity to have a stall for this event or whatever. And I was like, that's so cool. Like, imagine every year which this event happens, I get to sell my stuff to people who want to buy like handmade items. So on the TV at the bar that we were eating at, there was the Melbourne Cup, I think it was. I don't even know if that's what it's called, but it's when they get like horses and people bet on which horses like win. Horses can die because of it or badly injured or put down because of injuries that they get from this race. So a lot of people are against it and they think that it's wrong to use animals to make money, which is fair enough. He ordered a big plate of meatballs. Like, these meatballs were like the size of my fucking fist. He was like watching the TV. He was literally like,
unfucking-believable. These people are fucking betting on the lives of these horses. That's fucking disgusting.
he literally was like so dramatic, I guess. Pardon my like really bad Australian accent, by the way. He says that while he's like chowing down on like meatballs. It's like, when I hear people say stuff like that while they're like chowing down on meat, like I can't, like I have to hold my tongue and not say anything because it's just like, what the fuck? He also mentioned that morning, that's when he arrived at Perth and he came all the way from a doof over east and was still buzzed from it. So that was like where the drugs was coming from. So we're getting closer to the bit where I show you guys all the fucking receipts and the tea. But the girl that I met at that lunch, she went to Naomi's place afterwards and Spiral was there. And according to this girl I met at lunch, she says to me,
oh, there were a lot of past shit that came up with the past events and why he has the best lawyers in Australia who have won every case thrown at him. His drug use was mentioned often too. I didn't understand it at the time, but when I read the hateful info people were putting up, it filled in all the gaps. Now I know why he's admitted himself twice at mental hospital. Brought a lot of bad karma for himself. He actually admitted that to us.
So for you guys who have no idea what she's referring to, there was an event that happened in 2008 that was hosted by Scamcon, and a event that was posted on 1998 that was hosted by Scamcon, and this one 2017 hosted by Scamcon. This is all by Spiral, this guy named Spiral, this guy that we met at the bar. This is all his doing, and apparently he has a lot of lawyers to help him out of ruts because all of his past events have been scams. They have been scams. 50 screenshots I have, which I won't all be reading to you, I'll just be flashing them on the screen. He personally owes these people money. There's people saying this guy Spiral owes them money from 1998. There's people saying this guy owes us money from 2007. That's 10 years ago. Which is crazy to think, first of all. He literally waited 10 years so he could go for a younger audience that doesn't know about him and his scamming nature, because I didn't realize that he was a con artist. He doesn't provide any of these people refunds for the tickets. He doesn't pay the DJs. He doesn't pay for the DJs' accommodation. He makes all these huge promises that he cannot fulfill, and when these DJs drop out, he keeps their name on the advertising, so people are like, oh, I want to see this DJ, and then to find out that the DJ drops out because they're not getting paid enough. It was getting closer and closer to the date, and I had an outfit that I wanted to wear to Scamcon. I was so ready for it. There was so many DJs I was ready to see. One thing that kind of sucked is that some of the other promoters I was working with had already heard of this guy named Spiral, and they still worked with him. A lot of the other promoters were backpackers and students. Backpackers don't know about this historical guy named Spiral who's been fucking going to doofs, getting bashed at doofs because he owes so many people money for drugs, for venues, for lighting, for equipment. He makes promises left, right, and center. Everybody fucking hates him because he owes the world money. He's in debt to his parents until the day he dies. This is all the stuff that I've been digging online, and there's so much threats set against him from big artists, big DJs who vow to never work with him again. They know what he's like. All this evidence is found online. The news have talked about it before. I went on Facebook a couple weeks ago, and there's a 2018 Scamcon. There is a 2018 Scamcon. How the fuck is this shit show still going?
By the way, the fucking Scamcon page on Facebook blocked me because I commented, why is this shit show still going on? None of the tickets were refunded last year, blah 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 blah, and yeah, he banned me.
Remember how none of our tickets got reimbursed? All of the fucking artists dropped out, and the one event that did happen over in Victoria was very mediocre, and everyone complained about it. About a week before the event, we, as in my boyfriend and I, we see a post from one of the DJs called Coming Soon. This is what the post read.
Very important message to all our Australian fans. We want to let you know that we have cancelled Scamcon Festival Melbourne, Sydney, Perth this year, and also the following ones if will happen at all. The reason for the cancellation is because the owner of this festival didn't pay us.
It's 1 o'clock.
It's 1 o'clock. And didn't even book a flight. And after many threats of canceling us if we will not be patient. We have to mention that we never got treated like that in our 15 years in this industry.
These are international DJs. Spiral is giving Australia a bad name. Some of these DJs, it could have been their first time ever going to Australia. A person that they meet from the Australian industry ends up promising them money, not paying for them, and them having to disappoint their fans.
We don't want to mention other names, but more than 10 other artists will not go as well as they are facing the exact same issues that we are going through at this moment. We lost a lot of money from this issue, so we wish all the people that do go to one of these festivals very much luck and hope that they will enjoy this budgetless and multi-problems festival. Don't expect it to be what you think, especially when the owner knew he cannot pay all the artists and still use their names in order to gain more ticket sales, and didn't even make a post about this until now, when this was all known from a long time ago.
They show the flyer with a huge sign, canceled. Me and the group, the Scamcon group, we had a group chat on Facebook, and everyone was saying, wait, is Scamcon canceled? Naomi was like, no, it's not. She believed in this as well too. And the Scamcon team, including Naomi, wasn't getting told that the event was canceled. Spiral wouldn't reply to her, and he wouldn't respond to the other organizers. Imagine being completely left in the dark, having to organize multiple people who are promoters, who are supposed to be getting free tickets, who have worked hard to sell these tickets, for you to not even know what to tell all of us promoters who are look at all these comments we are seeing. All of these comments are posted at the DJ DJs like Facebook pages saying not to trust Spiral, and none of us fucking knew. I mean, some of us did, but like Darren and I obviously didn't know that Scamcon was a scam. Like, what the fuck?
Another DJ says, to everyone who was looking forward to hear me play in Australia for Scamcon, I'm sorry to say the event has been cancelled by the organisers. There's no official statement out yet, but my agency was informed yesterday. I heard from other artists of the same situation. Very sad. Someone else says, Martin Bias, MVMB, and Joel Rowdy has to cancel the Australia tour for Scamcon, as the organizer did not fulfill the terms of our agreement.
This was going viral. The posts of these DJs coming out and exposing a Scamcon was going viral. People were now coming out and writing comments saying, obviously you can't trust Scamcon because it's hosted by Spiral. And some people were almost kind of rude about it, being like, obviously, like, you guys are stupid because you listen to Spiral. It was like $160 for the ticket. She bought 2 tickets and she didn't get a refund. When all of these events were canceled, nobody got a refund. Imagine if we sold that ticket to 10 of our friends, $170 each. Imagine how much we would owe our friends. So in the comment section of a lot of these DJs who were exposing Scamcon was a lot of Australian people who were documenting what was happening. So this is where I sprinkle in all the fucking receipts. There are some funny fucking photos of Spiral being bashed up. Every year that he's done this, and he's been doing this since like 1998, he's just managed to find like really good lawyers, as he says, but he keeps getting away with it. Like, he literally gets away with it. Nobody has gotten their fucking refunds.
So I just arrived on the site at Scamcon. No organizers or managers on site. No stages or infrastructure, just a blank site with a lot of angry people. Lol. Does this not sound like CanCon to you? Like, what the fuck?
By the way, for the rest of this video, I'm just going to be sharing the screenshots just as receipts. You know what it's about, and so that you guys can actually get the gravity of the situation here, because everything ended up being a scam and the events didn't happen, etc. So you can skip the rest of this video and watch another video. I'll add a card here, because the rest of this is just tea. And if you want to see this guy's bashed face, then just keep watching. But for those who don't really care about the tea or about any of the screenshots, then just skip here.
Profit ain't what it's about unless you're Spiral. 32 likes. Spiral at it again. 15 likes. Still a dick trying to make his money back. He hasn't changed at all. The new scene, new youngins will still go support him. Never will I go to a Scamcon again after the old days. 14 likes. No way will I ever support Scamcon. 8 likes. Like, this is coming out the day of the event. Wow, Spiral must have gotten his hands on some quality A-grade Colombian marching powder over the weekend to pull this shit off again. I'm enjoying this rerun of Scamcon apocalypse. Hopefully this will finally be the last year we hear from Scamcon/Spiral. Though that's what I thought in 2008 as well, and here we go again. Beats me how anyone can be so foolish to still work with them or pay money for their obvious scam events. Someone else replies and says, this effort puts 2008 to shame. Always has to try one-up everyone, especially himself. His lies have landed him in the most prominent news organizations on both sides of the country. The reason the original Scamcon shut down was he owed too much money to everyone and no one would work with him. He waited till a younger crowd didn't know him and has done it all over again. This shit is still happening. Most of Australia knows the history of this promoter. Just the younger, newer crowd that goes spastic for lineups go to Scamcon. I feel like one of those young, impressionable people that all these people are talking about. It's like, it makes me feel angry because it's like everybody knew about it, but nobody said anything. Like, maybe it's because the event was deleting comments. How is no one like boycotting this? Like, I don't know.
Sorry, I'm a little bit pissed at this person because this person just said, I've been sitting back for a number of years waiting for him to scam everyone again. Why have you been sitting? Like, why can't you stand up? Because I didn't know this. Like, I didn't know this. If I knew this, I would be complaining to fucking everyone.
This guy even made violent and degrading threats to me, my partner, and friends because I called him out for not paying artists on a Facebook page. Wow, that sucks. So he stalked, online harassed, and threatened my fiance, and also people I knew who year after year leaves a trail of unpaid artists, suppliers, and such, and every year leaves a trail of volunteers without refund/payment. Spiral has done this shit since the early 2000s. It's premeditated. He is a thief. He needs to be exposed. Shut Scamcon down. 28 likes. This is a beautiful photo of his beaten up face. I don't know when, and I don't remember whose photo I got this from, but it was from a comment. This same shit happened in 2007, and I vowed never to attend one of these again. We made a massive journey to get there to find out most of the headliners weren't playing. Never ever again. The guy is a crook. There was more than enough ticket sales, but 28 days is enough time for Spiral to liquidate, claim bankruptcy again, and start another company name. He refused to pay his volunteers too, who he made buy a ticket and then work 16 hours. He only paid me after I got a lawyer and named and shamed him on Facebook. People who were volunteering at the ticket booth, they would pay for their ticket, being promised that they would get their ticket reimbursed after the event happened, and then those volunteers not getting money. Pretty much said, I will work for you as long as I just get a free ticket. They end up paying for that ticket, being promised to get that ticket reimbursed to them, and not get it. It is a deliberate tactic of underpaying/not paying people that have no recourse or a means to fight back. They deliberately try preyed on the goodwill of people, evidence to the fact that Spiral did this in the first incantation of Scamcon, that got 34 likes. And it's not just the artists that ended up coming up short. It's technicians, suppliers, volunteers, security that all ended up being screwed. From another long-term doofer who has, over the years, had very close ties with Spiral, I personally know at least 100 people who refuse to do business with him because he is Spiral business. Meaning Spiral gets paid, but they don't. It was my ex who in 2008 had to talk him out of his acid and K-hole to face the music, so to speak. Only this time the place was on fire. He was hiding in a tent because most people were very angry at the endless list of dangers and problems over a decade. Now when I say no one got paid, I mean paid staff, volunteers with agreements for refunded tickets, also DJs, performers, and the list goes on. Not to mention how this drug problem had an effect on safety and all the unpaid emergency services, costing us tens of thousands of dollars. Oh, and by the way, I'm speaking of DJs and artists who played or worked and didn't get paid, not the ones who conveniently canceled last minute. Spiral being a dodgy bastard? Say it ain't so.
So as you can see, everybody fucking hates him. And I'm sorry to like throw that out on the internet. Crazy how people like him are still able to have the balls open up an event, Scamcon 2.0 2018, when clearly 2017 worked out. 2008 or 2007 didn't work out. 1999 or 1998 didn't work out. Why? Why do you think it's fun to underpay or not pay DJs, security, technicians, lighting equipment, especially the DJs? Like, I'm most confused about. Like, the DJs were the first to step out and be like, yo, this is fucked up. Why would you want to shit on the DJs? Because they are the ones with the audiences. They are the ones with the customers. If he's that well known, and if us volunteers are like that stupid for not knowing about this guy's like past, then why hasn't anything been done about it? There are con artists everywhere. At the end of the day, I wasn't scammed because I got paid like $90 in total from Scamcon for just doing the promotion, so I didn't get scammed in any way. I love you guys all so much, and please have a really good day. Bye.